You want to do like 20 to 30 or what's good for you? It
That
does.
works for us.
I can go 45 at the max. So whatever you want to do.
Well, let's see how it's going. We're gonna have fun, and I think the time is just gonna fly.
Okay, perfect. I think so too. Oh, you guys, I don't know if I took enough Prozac today. Look who we got. We got two of the best of New York right here. We got the amazing Chris Monty and Rich Walker's up in the top square. That's me off to the left. But you know, these two guys are doing episodes of what everything old is new again. And if you want to catch some short vignettes, one after the other, that are funnier than Benny Hill ever was, you got to catch these.
They are good, though.
They are good, you guys. So Rich Walker, wave your hand so everybody knows who you are. And Monty, Chris Monty, down at the bottom. Thank you so much. Now, Chris Monty, he's been on, oh my gosh, Kevin Can Wait. He's been on Paul Bart Mall Cop. Yeah, the one we're pointing to down at the bottom.
Mall Cop.
Yeah, Paul Bart.
Mall Cop, too.
I always tell people I'm terrible at segues. If you want a segue, go watch Mall Cop. And you're on it.
It took me a whole day to learn how to ride that thing.
Yeah. And so you have an Amazon Prime special called What's the Worst That Could Happen? Holy Toledo, did you have a premonition about the pandemic?
No, actually, I shot that in 2017, so I guess I did without knowing. But you really did your homework. You know more about my resume than my wife does.
Rich Walker helped me.
Anybody else?
I don't know, Chris Monty, if you remember meeting me. I met you at the 76 Club, I think. Or somewhere. Somebody got all nervous and said that Chris Monty's in the building. It might have been at another club, but people got nervous because no, I've been to New York for extended periods of time twice with Comic Strip Live.
I don't know where. I don't remember. I do remember meeting you. I just don't remember which club or event we were at.
Me too. I know I met you.
You're in Vegas now, right?
I'm in Vegas now. Yeah.
Because I worked the South Point Hotel.
You know Gabe Lopez?
Yep. I was there in April of 2019, and I was supposed to be there the last weekend, not the last weekend, but the July 26th and 27th of this year, which they haven't canceled it yet. But I don't know if we're still going to go.
Wonderful. I love Gabe and Tina. They're nice people.
Aren't they wonderful? Well, if I do get to come and they have half capacity and we can do the show, you have to come and be my guest.
Oh, thank you so much, Chris. So let's not ignore you, Rich Walker. You've been on Kevin.
Oh, that's okay. Go.
This is
Like the business, let's not ignore you, Rich Walker.
I'm just gonna.
Another 40 minutes with Chris. That's fine.
You should do a couple of your little vignettes from your show.
Well, Chris and I also do a little joke on what just happened about him doing all the shows. It's called Hey Pal. I think they're funny. Chris is like, he's kind of in the middle on
I think
it.
they're funny. I like them.
But if you
I
go
just
on
wish they were shot better.
type in either Rich Walker or Chris Monty and then Hey Pal, Hey Pal. There's only four quick 2-minute videos, but it's a schlub who goes up to the famous Chris Monty and keeps asking him about every show he's ever done and every movie and everything like that. And it goes on for 4 clips of him running into him in different odd places, which is funny. So watch that too. That's funny. Chris and I I'm hoping to release that as a 4-clip, 1 episode of the Everything Old is New Again.
Oh.
So hopefully in the future we'll release that. But that's really, we're having
That'll be episode 9 if we can't get into the studio.
That's episode 9 if we can't get it in.
Let's go back real quickly to you, Rich Walker, up at the top Hollywood Square. You've been on Kevin Can Wait. You've been on.
No, Chris was on Kevin Can Wait.
Okay, then you were You've been on stage with Kevin James.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
I used to work on stage with Kevin James all the time, and as a matter of fact, last year I had to follow Kevin James. I was in the green room, and they go, "Okay, you're next," and I had to walk out during his standing ovation, and I said, "How big could you possibly can be when Kevin James is your opening act?" But it's all fun. But that's really, I know Kevin more before he became famous than after he became famous. And then like Chris was in Mall Cop 2, and also he was on Kevin Can Wait. And
I'll be honest with you. You know how, Rich, and you know how they say it's your right place at the right time?
Yes.
yeah,
That's exactly how it was. I was doing a roast of another comedian that's famous on Long Island named Richie Minervini, and Kevin just happened to be in the audience because he's friends with Richie, and he saw me and he thought I was funny, and then like a couple weeks later he asked me to be in the film. So if he didn't see me that night, I might not have ever met him.
Wow.
but your talent supersedes you. And I say I've been working with Chris for a lot of years, and it's
Really?
nothing. You don't mean to brag. There's nothing. And I'm not just saying that. Well, I'm saying that because we're on an air, but he really is. One of my
Sweet
favorite
kid.
stories, Chris and I used to also be, can I tell
Go
that?
ahead. Go ahead.
When Chris first started, I dragged him into a place on Long Island called White Post Farms, which does like a fall festival every year.
Uh-huh.
And Chris and I were two cowboys in like a Western show. And we would come out and do all kinds of cornball.
It was a family show.
A family show.
Nice.
We'll do one of the jokes, Chris, okay?
Go ahead. All right,
Right.
ready? Hey, Rodeo, how you doing today?
Oh, not good. My wife's home with her two sisters, Vivian and Lassie.
Lassie's the dog.
You should see Vivian.
So silly.
But we did a lot of silly jokes like that for kids. And we would be back. One of my favorite stories of Chris is he's in the mirror backstage, and I'm going through like a joke book trying to find like old vaudeville jokes that we could translate and make it into a cowboy kind of joke.
Yeah.
And Chris is in the mirror like this. And I go, Chris, how about this joke? And I said the joke, and I said, let's rehearse it. He goes, I'm good. And then we go out on stage, and like 15 minutes into the show, he brings it up, and he did it like we've been doing it 100 times already, and I didn't even remember it at that point. So,
Oh my
It's
God.
a natural.
Yeah, that was the worst, rehearsing with Richie, because he would go, what's the line again? And I'd go, I have a gift. God gave me a gift of a quick study. So I can look at the script once or twice, and I got it. And Richie's got to read it for like 20 minutes to get it, or longer. But we'd be backstage. I'd be trying to eat my bagel and drink my coffee, because I'm, Sunday morning, we both did shows the night before. And now here we are Sunday morning at 10 a.m. in some farm out on Long Island. And we got to do 6 shows. And I just eat my coffee and my bagel. And he's like, I don't know the lines. Like, don't worry, I got it.
I'm the rehearsal guy. He's the Jackie Gleason. He doesn't need. So we worked together a long time, and then that's when we decided to do these Everything Old is New again, because I think our chemistry is good. I'm not bragging, but I think that the chemistry is good, that we could, take any old joke, or some of that is old. Did you see the clips?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes, I did.
So we take old jokes, but also stuff from our acts of
And
material.
also some original sketches that you wrote.
Yeah,
Like some of the
original
funeral bits
sketches.
were all, original.
Wow.
that actually played better when acted out than a stand-up comedian reciting,
Yeah.
the incident,
I thought they were very funny, very funny. Rich Walker, you for 21 years, you've shackled yourself to brand new comics, oy vey, who want to learn comedy and all the shortcuts to comedy with your stand-up university. Holy Toledo. Do you like to suffer or what?
Well, we doing stand-up comedy. I've been doing it with two other comedians, Steve Lazarus and Peter Bales. I don't know if you...
I know those names.
Yeah. And we've been teaching comedy, like you said, for 21 years. We calculated over 1,400 graduates, and we've had some big names come out of that class.
Only 2 to succeed.
What?
1,400 students, only 2 to succeed. Me and who else?
Well, you, Chris Roach.
Yeah, so there you go.
Eric Tartaglione. He was
Jessica Glassberg.
What?
Jessica Glassberg.
Jessica Glassberg. And no, we've had a few, and I can't now. I'm blanking, but but we've had over 1,400 students, which means that every student comes out with at least 10 jokes. So, to our credit, we've written over 14,000 jokes. So,
Wow, that's
I
incredible.
think I would use one of them. But
So,
so
how did you both decide to do comedy? So let's start with Rich on the questions. When did you and how did you make the decision to put your whole life on hold many times just to make people laugh?
Well, it all started for me when I was a kid. I used to stay up. My mother used to let me stay up and watch Johnny Carson do the monologue, and there's something about that curtain, the people. When Johnny came out on that stage, he was a big part of my life. I used to watch him every night. So I was hooked on stand-up comedy, and I also loved watching the comedians. Every Friday night, he'd have a new breakthrough comedian come on the Tonight Show for the first time. So I've seen like every one of them.
Wow.
And then years went by. I didn't start stand-up comedy until I was 29 years old, and I was an insurance adjuster, and I slipped on the ice and I broke my ankle, very bad. Where actually my foot was on completely turned around the other way. And I was home from work for 3 months, and while I was home, my girlfriend at the time, who I now married since, but her mother cut an ad out in the paper.
He's got a new girlfriend since.
Yeah, many. But so she cut out an ad in the paper that said, "Bring your best 5 minutes of comedy down to this open mic night at some bar." And I ended up, being that I was home, I started writing material. And then I went to that open mic night after my ankle healed, and it was history from there. You couldn't even get me off stage after that.
Wow.
So that's what I've been doing ever since. It's a dream that I've wanted to do, and I decided to just do it.
Yes, that's amazing. Thank you for doing that.
Yourself, you're a comedian.
Say what?
You're a comedian too.
Yes, and I do comedy training and comedy for the veterans.
That's great.
Yeah, I've had.
What's comedy training?
So I teach them how to take the crap that veterans they shove things down, way down deep, and don't talk about it. And I get them to, and I get them to see that everything I just did as comedy for them wasn't funny when it happened. Only because of time can I write jokes. So if it's time that if they're able to, without triggering PTSD or depression, I'll help them take crap in their life and make it funny. So when they sit at the bar or with their family, that they can have a more engaging way to talk about what they've been through.
That's great.
I think
there's a fine line between comedy and tragedy. That's for sure.
I wish more people would get out there and help veterans to take pain and make it funny. Because they alienate themselves with the guilt and the pain of everything they've done,
Right.
So,
like I said, on Long Island here, that's very prominent. We've had a lot of veterans take my class as well. And there's a couple, John Rago, there's a couple. I can't think of offhand, but they're doing it. And it's a great thing for them. A lot of them, rather than working the front door of Walmart, are out there actually doing comedy, performing comedy.
It's funny. If I can interject real quick,
Yeah.
I have a friend that lives. Well, now she lives in DC. Two friends of mine, they're a married couple, Robin and Caton, and they're both served 4 tours in Iraq,
Holy.
and now they're back home, and they both work for the government. And Robin, the wife, she was actually, I'm friends with them because of her. I know her grandfather, and she took up stand-up comedy, and right before the pandemic hit, probably last fall, beginning of the fall, she called me and said, I'm really comedy. I find it a wonderful, therapeutic way for me to be funny about, marriage, war, everything I've been through in my life, and she's, and I was helping her, giving her tips and stuff like that, and then unfortunately this hit, this
Yes, absolutely. All of a sudden,
helping more friends out there.
yes, absolutely. It just froze up for a second. I think that's amazing. Anytime we can help anybody in pain to take their pain and turn it into comedy, I think we're doing a miracle, right? So,
yep, absolutely.
What?
I agree.
Thank you, Chris Monty. How did you get in?
After showing,
I have a similar story to Richie's. I also would beg my mother to let me watch Johnny Carson's monologue.
Wait, I wasn't done. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I also would beg my mother to let me watch Johnny Carson's monologue. But when I was a little boy, I also fell in love. Aside from Carson, I fell in love with Red Skelton. Remember Red?
Yes, Clyde Cadiddlehopper, Clem Cadiddlehopper.
Thank you so much.
When I was a little boy, Red was doing a tour. He became popular again. He was in his 70s, and he was doing stand-up specials on HBO, and he was touring the States and doing stand-up shows. And I watched a stand-up special. I think it was either on HBO or one of the other cable channels.
Yeah, it was HBO had a Red Skelton, like an hour show special years ago, when HBO still had the box with the buttons.
Right. So, and he did about 3 of them. He did about 3 or 4 of them. And I remember on Saturday night, when I was a little kid, 7 years old, 8 years old, my parents would look through the TV guide, like they used to do in the old days, right? You look through the TV guide. Who can we watch? They would say that the kids could watch. And Red Skelton, my father goes, there's a Red Skelton special on HBO tonight at 8 o'clock. We know the kids can watch that. And I fell in love with Red Skelton at about 7 years old. And then I started, just repeating his monologue. I watched that special so many times. I memorized it. I didn't know it was lifting back then. But I would do his monologue at family parties, and I would start to entertain when I was 7, 8 years old.
And he still does a lot of his jokes now in his act, but they're changed
so
a little bit.
The ketchup bottle. That's Red Skelton.
Hey, I wasn't specific.
When I was a little boy, I was 7. I told my parents I want to be a comedian.
Wow.
And then I started a little earlier than Rich. I was 25 when I started, but still, I waited a long time because once life hits you and you get out of school and you go to work, you don't think that it's feasible to make a living as a comic.
Yes.
And now I've been making a living as a comic for 22 years, and now we got a pandemic. And now I'm like, how am I going to pay my mortgage?
Exactly.
Actually, Chris was one of the guys whose father wasn't fond of him doing stand-up comedy in the beginning, was he?
When I was little, right? When I was young.
But he is like the biggest fan of his comedy now.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's so
It's not
cool.
that he didn't think I was talented. It wasn't that he didn't think I could do it. My father's just old school Italian, and he was like, listen, you got to get a job with a union and a pension and benefits and take care of yourself. And then if you want to do your little comedy on the weekends, you do that on the weekends until you can become somebody to make enough money and do this, do that. Then you quit your job. Don't quit your job. And I quit my job 5 years into stand-up. I quit my day job.
He had a talk with me.
What was it?
I was sitting in a bagel shop that morning going, I wish we could do this every day, just not have to work.
Right.
Just work at night and do our shows.
What was your job?
Yeah.
What was the job that you quit 5 years in?
I was in comedy 5 years, but the job that I was in, I was only in a couple of years. I used to work for a company called Nextel, or Sprint and Verizon and AT&T. There was a cell phone company called Nextel.
Yes.
And in the late 90s, it was very popular. And I worked there from 1999 until 2003. And I quit December 23rd, 2003. And I never had a day job since. I've been doing stand-up comedy and acting since then as a profession.
My goodness.
So, you know.
Okay, you two, here's your next question. Either one of you can answer first. So I want to know, what's the funniest thing you ever saw happen at a comedy show, on stage or after stage?
All right, Rich, let me go first. So, New Year's Eve, I think it's, I'm going to say it's probably around 2009, right? And I'm doing a New Year's Eve show in Long Island at this comedy club, the Brokerage Comedy Club. And it's the second show. And the second show goes until midnight, and they drop the ball and all that stuff. So what they used to do is, the second show started at 11. And then at midnight, they would take an intermission, they would drop the ball, and then they resume the show. Well, me and the other comedian were flip-flopping the headline spot. I closed on the early show, and I told him, listen, I don't want to close the late show because at midnight, after they drop the ball, I want to go because my girlfriend and my friends are gathering at their apartment, and I want to just go, get my money and go. So he said, no problem. Well, before I left, while I was waiting to get paid, I got off stage. The night continued after the ball dropped. It's about 12:15, 12:20 now. And the headline comedian comes out on stage, and a fight breaks out in the audience between first it became a heckler match, but between two drunk guys. And then a fight breaks out, like a fist fight. During the argument and the fist fight, the headliner on stage now he can't do his jokes because the whole crowd is watching the fight. He commentated the fight on Howard and Co-7. And it was the funniest thing. He was watching one guy punch the other guy. He gets a left hook. And here he comes back with a chair. He's throwing his chair. And as the security comes in and takes the guy out, it was the funniest thing. And then they dragged the two guys out. They reset the room. And the comedian, and it was Tim Crompier, by the way, Rich. And he was so he was so brilliant that night. And he goes right back into his act, and the crowd was with him 100% because he did so well commentating on the fight.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. What about you, Rich? What's the funniest thing you ever saw?
I had 1,000 things funny, but one jumps out at me. There's a comedian I work with up in Poughkeepsie, Chris Leftis. Okay, so I'm up in Poughkeepsie, and I went up and I did my set. I was the featured act. I was in the middle. And Paul Bond, I don't know if you ever heard of him. He was closing the show, and he's a guitar act. And he goes up on stage, and right away the guy in the front row starts to chit-chat, have a conversation. And he looks down and he goes, listen, sir, I'm trying to do my show. I'm playing music. It's very difficult to play music with you chatting. If you could just do me a favor, please. And the guy's like, I'm so sorry. It won't happen again. He picks up the guitar and starts to play again. And then, do you know this story?
No, I got a feeling, though.
So he goes to play his guitar again, and right away, as soon as the guy gets up and starts talking across the table, and he goes, listen, sir, you gotta, please, you don't understand. I can't concentrate. You're ruining the whole show. And then he goes and puts on his guitar again. He hits the first note, and the guy starts the whole conversation. And he goes, all right, that's it. Up, out, get out. And then he's like, look at the bouncer. He's like, do something, get him out. And the guy's like, I'm sorry. He goes, no. He goes, you're out of here. So the guy gets up. Then the wife gets up. And he goes, I'm sorry, you're with him, but you got to go. Both of you out. They were sitting right in the front. This poor Bond threw him out. Then there's a couple behind them stand up. And they're like, he goes, oh, you're with them? I'm so sorry. Everybody, go out. So they all get up and go, but so do 40 people. It was a Christmas party for their office, and the whole room emptied out. He got hired back again, and I didn't.
That's so crazy.
The guy Harlan to this day thinks I was the one that threw him out.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's my question. I did a show once, and the guy, right before I went on stage, the guy for the act in front of me, this guy, it was like a 55 and older community, and he has a heart attack at the table, and he's laying on the floor, and nobody's helping him. So I went over and I put my hands under his head to keep his head from hitting me on the concrete, and his whole body started to jump like this. And somebody said that's his defibrillator. It's kicking in his what's in the heart? Pacemaker. Where it was giving him bolts to wake him up.
Oh, it's a pacemaker.
No, but it's something that starts the heart again.
Yeah.
Did they have whatever? So he went from white, I mean white, and all his color came back again. And the ambulance, I said, sir, I think you had a heart attack. Help is on the way. But meanwhile, there's 150 people in there. Nobody said a word. The ambulance comes, puts him on the stretcher out the door, and everyone's like, well, let's start the show. Like, let's go. We paid money to see this show. Like, nobody could kill it. I think even his wife stayed to watch it.
Only in New York.
Only in New York.
Oh my gosh. So,
That's my
Chris Monty, talk to me about your
stories.
Chris, why don't you tell us all about your Amazon Prime special? What made you do it? What made you choose the topic, and what's it about?
So I decided to put together a stand-up special it's about 52 minutes long, and
Do you ever hear of Red Scalper?
Yeah.
what's
No,
that?
go ahead.
No, I didn't do any red scale in that one.
No, I know, I'm teasing.
It's my turn, Richie. I just decided, you know what? It's so hard to get a special on TV. So we shopped around to a few different networks like Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that to see if they wanted to do comedy. But they were even at that time they were even turning down big names. They have now their big names, and so it's so hard. So I decided to shoot the special. I got a great camera crew. Actually, one of the guys from the camera crew is Gary Linker, who's the director and filmer of our comedy series now, Everything Old is New Again. And I decided to put together a great stand-up special, and we wound up going to Amazon because Amazon was like, hey, we're looking for people that produce their own content, so if you have something good, send it to us and we'll review it, and we'd love to put it on. So they agreed to do it. I put together, that was about an hour of material that I had been doing for the past 8 years that I put all together, and then I decided I was going to do like a Jerry Seinfeld thing. Once I put that in the special, I'm going to write all new material. I'm not going to do those jokes again. So if you've seen me since that special, you won't see those jokes again,
Yes.
You see all new material every time you see me. But I just wanted to, to put together a body of my work that I had been working on for a while. And it was a great night. We had about 500 people in the theater, and it was a lot of fun. It was a very long day. I just remember at the end of it collapsing because, all the preparation and anticipation that goes into it. You don't want to screw it up when you're doing it,
Yes.
I ended up doing one show and getting it in one show. So that's what was great about it.
So when people go to Amazon Prime, they can rent it or buy it?
Yeah, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get it for free in your membership. And if you're not a member, you can purchase the link for I think it's $3. It's like $2.99 or something like that. You can purchase the link.
Uh-huh.
You can rent the link for $1.99, or for $2.99 you can purchase the link and keep it.
Wonderful. And if it's missing, it's a missing link. It's a really bad joke, Rich. I need to go to your school.
I liked it.
Thank you.
That's fun.
Let's all get out, whoever's watching, let's go to Amazon Prime and get Chris Monty's special. Yeah, that's what we want to do. What's the...
Because for everybody that watches it, I get 6 cents.
Oh,
That's
cool.
my residual. So I tell people that watch it and put it on loop.
Wow. Are you good at math?
Baby.
Are you good at math, Chris?
I'm good at math. I know that 6 cents doesn't equal a lot. You have to have a lot of views.
Remember when we used to have coupons to clip, all our 50s housewives? And they'd say at the bottom of a coupon, 1/20th of 1 cent. And this is much more than a coupon value, much better. I don't know how much, but
Yeah, but the problem is the cost of living is a lot worse.
that's true. That's true. So, what do you want to have happen in your own life, personally or professionally, because of the pandemic? How's it made you a more compassionate or more patient person with what you've seen? Because I think that good people like you will come out of it better, and mean people will just be mean. But you guys are awesome, so I know that going through this will make you better somehow. So what do you see happening? Chris, don't look away. You can't get out of the question.
No, my wife was asking me something. That's why. I actually would say it's perfect timing because I would say, my wife would say it's made me a meaner person. It's true. I've been on the road for 22 years as a comic. I'm used to being home about 4 days a week most, but 3 days a week mostly. And now I've been home for 64 days, and I'm climbing the walls. And I have a 10-month-old baby girl who's going to be 11 months in May 12th, and I love her to death. And I'm getting to see things that I probably would have missed when I was on the road. You know, she stands now, she holds on and walks around the room. But as wonderful as that is, there's also a part of me that's like dying because I told my wife, it has nothing to do with you and the baby. But my mistress in life has always been the stage, has always been a live audience in a nightclub or a theater or a casino. And now that that's gone, there's a part of me that's missing. So it's made me not take for granted a lot of the shows that I would be driving to. And I go, I don't know why I took this show. I hate this venue. I don't like doing this gig. Now I miss those gigs 10 times over.
Yes.
I will cherish every moment I get to go and be on stage.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you so much. What about you, Rich Walker, up there at the top?
I'm like the opposite. I have a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old who lock themselves in their room all day, and I don't share anything with them. That's kind of sad, right? One just came out of her room to come downstairs and get some Cheez-Its. That's the extent of how busy.
I'm coming over.
We have the toasty ones too. The new toasty Cheez-Its, like the old ones were burned.
Yes.
I feel, I've always been a comedian that puts his eggs in a lot of different baskets. Chris does too. Acting jobs, acting classes. I teach stand-up comedy. I perform stand-up comedy. I love to do, little acting jobs and voiceover work, and and I think that when we come out of this pandemic, the entertainment world, I don't know what's going to happen to it. I think I'm not sure so much if it's going to be such a long time before people start going back into theaters to see shows or comedy clubs. Everyone goes, they're done. But, I was at the beach yesterday, and of course, most people walk around with masks. Other people aren't doing anything. But I'll tell you, I don't think there's a whole lot of people that care too much. It's really odd to see it. If you go out on the road in New York, on Long Island, where we were hit really bad.
Yes.
It's packed. The roads are packed. Traffic. There's even traffic. How is there even traffic when, but open? We got Lowe's, BJ's, Home Depot, Costco. Everything is open. Walmart's open. So people have places to go and things to do. And I think that after a while, people are just going to go, you know what?
Forget
the attitude is, if I get it, which is crazy. But, I won't go anywhere without the mask in public. But, so I don't know where entertainment's going to go. But I do know that everybody discovered Zoom. I didn't know Zoom before this pandemic. I think everybody's discovering that they could watch movies on Netflix or see Chris's special on Amazon Prime.
Well, they're also discovering old films and old movies and old TV shows that are on, that have been on, that I've been watching in reruns for years, but now younger people are going, oh, I never knew of this film or this, I didn't know there was an author one, original, with Dudley Moore.
Yes. We have this one young comic here is watching all the old movies every day, and he's telling all the young people all about them.
Well, now they can watch all the old movies, I don't see, where can they watch them unless they have a Fire Stick?
I don't know.
No, if you have cable, if you have basic cable, like regular cable or any kind of cable, there's channels called Cozy and MeTV and Antenna TV that are showing, you know, they show. I watch Columbo. I watch Dick Van Dyke. I watch The Honeymooners. I watch this stuff every night. My wife says, "Don't you watch anything in color?"
No.
I love The Honeymooners.
But I think that the Honeymooners are the best, right? Is that
Yeah,
what you were gonna say?
so good. It was so good.
So, and just to wrap up to that question, I don't know,
Please.
you know, what?
I said, "Please."
I can wrap up now. I just feel that I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. I think we're going to see this summer a lot of outdoor shows, though. A lot of, you know, comedy under the stars, music under the stars. You're going to see a lot of it,
Nice.
and that
So,
would be good.
so let's pretend that the pandemic is totally over. It's safe to go anywhere in the world. Somebody hands you $1 million and says, take your family, and while you're there, make those people laugh. Where would you go and why? Rich, you're first. You're on first.
I'm going on a cruise.
Okay, cool.
Really? A cruise to Hong Kong.
A cruise to Hong Kong, then Japan. We're going to do it all. I don't know. You know, it's funny. We always were tourist attraction people, my family. You know, Disney and Universal Studios. And this summer we went to a wedding, my niece's wedding in Colorado. We never went on a sightseeing kind of vacation.
Uh-huh.
We loved it. So I think that we're actually going to lean towards something more nature oriented.
Oh, good. Okay. And what about you, Chris Monty? Where would you go with your $1 million? Your stimulus check?
Well, if I had to take my family, I would go someplace where I could perform and also bring my daughter to something that she could enjoy, you know, in the daytime. But if I could just go by myself, I would come to your town right away. That's my second home away from home. I'd come to Vegas.
Don't you love it here? The comedy's off the hook.
I want to get a condo there. I love it.
Oh, it's so cool here. So cool. I came here.
Ask you a quick question.
Yeah, anything.
When do you think when do you think the casinos are gonna reopen and that kind of business?
They're talking about June 1st, which I think is early, you know. But then I saw that Gabe Lopez doesn't have anything planned till Labor Day, unless that changed.
You know, it's funny because when you think about it, and I still feel like in June, even in September, we're going to be social distancing still. There's no way that you're going to have a crap game or a roulette wheel or, you know, a card game 6 feet apart.
No way. They're talking about putting every other chair. What's that? What, Rich?
It's amazing what he just said. I never realized that. Like, you have crap tables, and I mean,
You'd have to limit you'd have to have a security guard saying, you know, there's 5 guys at the table spread out, and then when one guy leaves, they'll let another one in, and that's how they have to do it. And it's saying there was slot machines. They'll have to X off slot machines and space them out.
Yep.
So you can't use these 2 machines, but you can use the ones, you know, they're going to have to tape them off or something.
They're talking about having every other slot machine available. So that'll cut into their profits by half. And they're going to make you take your temperature before you get into any of the Wynn casinos. And I just hope it's not rectally.
At least let me have a couple of drinks first.
So,
the free drinks before you go in the casino.
I pray to God that my show at the South Point is going to not be canceled in July, even if it's half capacity. It's only a 400-seat theater, but even 200 people, if we can do the show there and they have it half capacity, I would still just love to get out there back at it because I miss it so much, you know?
yes, I sure hope that it gets going down there. That's my favorite show all week long. I go there every Friday because Gabe brings in the level of comedy where you know, Rich, you're a trainer. I like going where I'm going to see top-notch quality comedy, and be able to observe a wide array of people in the audience, how they react to all this stuff. So I learn more when I go to South Point than anywhere.
And what's funny about South Point is it's a lot of locals, and I didn't realize until I was there last year for the first time. There was I would say about 40% of the crowd was from New York and New Jersey.
Wow. Yeah, they are so loyal to Gabe Lopez's and Tina's show. Such a treat.
Who's the hot comedian now in town in Vegas?
Well, I like watching Kathleen Dunbar as far as a local that's risen from the dead. Do you know her? I love her comedy because
I know her very well.
yeah,
She's from Wisconsin.
she gets on all of the big clubs as far as the lady. And there's another gal with Vicky Barbalock is really, for a woman, she's getting up to the top on all the shows. And she's local and she helps all the young comics. So, of course, I'm rooting for her. But as far as really young comics that are getting out there, there's almost everybody that's connected to LA Comedy Club is getting into this. Michael Robertson, Spiro. There's a guy named Spiro. And he teaches comedy, Rich, over at UNLV. Yeah. He has for like 5 years. Spiro something or other, Savalas or something like, sounds like Telly Savalas or something. I can get you the last name later. He's one of my friends.
So the booker is Telly Savalas.
And then there's Kojak.
I write these names down.
Yeah, those are the young guns of the scene. And then, you've got the ones with 10, 15, 20 years. And around here, you've got people hosting with 30, 35 years experience. It's crazy. There's so much.
Sandy Hackett still out there?
Who?
Sandy Hackett.
I have not seen Sandy Hackett.
It's Buddy's son.
Really?
Buddy Hackett's son.
Yeah, when I was working in the Riviera, when the Riviera used to be open, in like 2010, 11, 12, the last 3 years that I worked there, Sandy had a show. I forget what hotel it was. It might have been one of the old hotels, like the Sahara or something. But Sandy was doing a Rat Pack show.
Right.
And he was doing like the Joey Bishop role in the Rat Pack show.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was at the Sahara.
I've seen it here on the island. They did it at Gateway, and it had a couple of big Vegas guys. The guy that does Dean, and I mean every casino I'm sure has their guys, the lookalikes, the legend shows.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
There's another really good two other really good comics here that are going to go places. John Hilder, he does the Magnificent Seven show at the Oyo Casino, the old Hooters, and then Chaz Roslowski or something like he has a show at Therapy. These two guys are brilliant. I mean, there's no stopping the talent. I'm so humbled that you get to meet these people that they're so skilled and take everything so seriously,
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Funny on stage, yeah.
Yeah, and funny on stage. I don't know what I did with my cursor, but I'm ready to curse. That's why they call it a cursor, right, Rich? You know that little thing that you I call it a cursor. Never mind. You don't even want to know why they call it a remote control on the TV. It's because the same thing. You find it in a remote place every time. Now I'm just trying out my shtick on you. How am I doing? So,
I love it.
Thank you.
Is Sam's Town still out there?
Who?
Sam's Town.
I believe Sam's Town. Mm-hmm.
Sam's Town.
I believe it is. I'm right on the Strip. I'm a veteran. I live at Veteransville.
No, it's way off. It's in the desert.
I know. But I'm saying it's far away. I believe it's still out there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
They said the catch was that's where the locals bring their family.
Oh, okay.
Or their friends or whatever.
Yeah.
So, Well, I hope to head out to Vegas again one day.
I hope you
It's
do.
like a long time.
When everything old is new again, takes off and makes us big superstars, we'll be doing our stand-up show out in Las Vegas.
That's so cool. Now, you've both done entertaining all around the world? Or was that just you, Chris?
Not all around the world, but we've both been in a lot of places. You know, Chris a lot more than me. You know, I went all the way from Montauk to like Westbury on Long Island.
And listen, that's like 15 miles. So that's a lot of travel.
I'm a road guy.
I performed in like 21 states so far.
Wow. Holy Toledo.
And in Canada, I performed in Canada.
Not in Toledo. He was never in Toledo.
Not in Toledo. You know what? I have it marked on the map. I have it circled, but I have it in. And Des Moines. I got to work Des Moines.
Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being on here. It's like 41 minutes into, and we started at 5 till.
Wow.
Thank you for having us. And we got a great new episode coming out tomorrow night, Rich.
What?
We have a new episode coming out tomorrow night.
A new episode, number 5, coming out tomorrow night. If you just if they go to MontyWalkerProductions.com, you could see the videos there, or go to and just either Rich Walker, Chris Monty, and then everything old is new again, and you can see these clips, and they're only a couple of minutes each, so you don't have to dedicate time to it.
I love
I'd
it.
love to have everybody watch and tune in and have a few laugh and share it with their friends. It would mean a lot to us. It would help us out a lot.
That's
And,
awesome.
And you helped us out. Thank you so much.
No
For having
problem.
us on the show, Linda. That was so nice of you to reach out to us.
Thank you, Linda. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
So, are you giving out your Cash App, PayPal, Venmo for donations if anyone wants to donate to you guys? Because you're basically out of work, I hate to tell you.
We're all out of work. I have a PayPal account. It's just, I didn't write it down or anything, but it's comicmonty@yahoo.com. I don't know if you can see my little Comic Monty there, but it's comicmonty@yahoo.com. That's my PayPal.
Okay.
If anybody wants to make a donation, I'll split it with Richie.
Okay. And then, Richie, do you give out yours?
No, I have a PayPal account, but I can't even tell you what it is. I go through 15 sign-ins before I finally get through to it.
I can't even get into PayPal. It hates me. So
Like me, I don't get any of the technology.
yeah. Do you have a Venmo or a Cash App, Chris?
I just have the PayPal right now. I have to open up a Venmo. I definitely do. That's the new way. It's the way of 2020. I'm still stuck in 2010 with the PayPal.
All of these all the bright millennials are trying to kill us off by starting something new every day.
I know. It's too much technology for me. My wife said, "Isn't this great that we live in this era that we can have Zoom and Facebook Live?" And I said, we were watching a TV show the other night from the early 90s, and I looked back and I said, "Oh, wasn't life wonderful without the internet?" And she goes, "Yeah, but then we wouldn't be able to." I said, "I know we wouldn't be able to do a lot, but it was also good too."
Yes, it was. Our ignorance was our bliss.
Yes.
Well, through the
Absolutely.
internet, we all stay in touch with each other, and we'll get through this together, right?
When's your next class, Rich Walker, up there on the top square?
Well, we were in the middle of one when all this went down, so we had to put everybody out. But our next class probably, we're hoping, will be the end of June, beginning of July, if we could get into the classroom. So
How's it?
Don't worry, I'll open the doors there.
anyway, that is standupuniversity.com if you want to learn about stand-up comedy and you're from Long Island or New York City. And make sure you go to Monty Walker Productions to see Chris and mine, our Everything Old is New Again videos.
Got it. I'll add it to the post, and you guys check
Thank you so much.
check my accuracy and let me know if I'm correct or not. And then please share to each of your pages the video and all of the information about your links and missing links. Call back.
You got it.
Thanks you.
Yeah, so nicely. Thanks so much.
Thank you guys so much.
We enjoyed seeing you, sweetie. It's been a long time.
Hopefully
Hopefully I'm in Vegas in July. You come and hang out backstage.
let's do that. Thank you. What?
We'll do a big USO show together, a show for the veterans.
Let's do that.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Thank you.
We're in.
What?
We're in.
Let's do it.
We're in.
See,
Let's do it.
let's do it. Let's just be like Nike and just do it. Bye, you guys. Love you lots.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Be good.
You too.
You too. Bye.
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 Boy, they were great. Oh, thanks for sharing, Nancy. I should have brought you on camera. It's hard for me to do the podcast and see who's on here saying what at the same time. I need like 4 hands and an octopus. Thank you for your comments and thanks for sharing, Nancy. Hey, Terry. Alrighty. See you guys later. I better get this caught up because my next guest at the top of the hour is Holy Toledo. I'm late. John LaRoccia. Gotta go. Bye.